everyone, I'm Joelle from Celestial Whispers Healing, and I am part of Opera Channeling with Shauna. And today I want to give everyone an update. We are going to be spending more time here on YouTube and putting our energy into growing Opera Channeling in one place because we realize that it's a lot easier for everyone when you don't have to chase us across multiple platforms to find the different content. So if you enjoy the channels, make sure you hit subscribe and help us grow together. And today, what I am doing is our three-card pick. And for those that aren't familiar, what I do is I grab a deck. This morning, it is the Goddess Power deck, and I shuffle and whatever. I ask for three cards, and we ask that you take a deep breath, feel into it, and which card calls to you, that will be your message. And it can be more than, it could be two, it could be all three of them. It's just whatever you feel. And I am going to channel a message from the being on each card to see what they have for us today. And today, let me get that changed. The first card today is Brawin, and you'll have to excuse me. I know I screw up names a lot, but it is forgiveness. So let me bring her in and see what she has for us. Hello. Yes, I have come to speak about forgiveness, but it is not just forgiveness of others, it is also forgiveness for yourselves. Forgiveness for doing things that are human. You really do not need forgiveness, but sometimes you need to give it in order to move forward. Do not feel ashamed of things you may have said or done in the past. They were all part of your path. It may seem a little hard to digest at this moment because we know some of these may have been hurtful or embarrassing, but please know that these things are what has helped you evolve into who you are today. So it is okay to let these things go so you can grow even more. And also, we do ask to bring in forgiveness for others as well. And as many of you know, when you forgive others, it is more for your peace than theirs. And that is so true because you are holding on to things that are just weighing you down. And we know that a lot of the things that are done are very bad and very hurtful. But in order to bring more love in for you, you must bring this in. And I am going to bring in a quick clearing for both forms of forgiveness because you need to bring this in. We want you to realize your full potential and get to the highest path that you can. So I invite you to please just allow this to come forth and allow the self-forgiveness and forgiveness of others to start unfolding in your life. Iashiamana takuanana te asiana takuanana tatake. Unatake asiana nataku anatake asiana natakiana. Unase ananatake ami asanatake. Unatake asiani atake ami ananataku. Unatake asiana yatake. Natake, asi, anayatake. And please remember, you can always invite me in whenever you may need a little lift and help with bringing more forgiveness in. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Shoes. And that's such a great message. I struggle with that myself, not just for others, but myself as well. And it's good to know that we can call her in whenever we need to. And let's move on to card number 2, Iris, for a communication. And I'm horrible about remembering the numbers. You know, the first card was number 7. I know some people are into numerology. I always forget. Shauna's better at telling y'all the numbers. And number 23, communication. Let's bring in Iris and see what she has. And I am Iris. And many of you already know how important clear communication is, but especially at this time, in times where there is little physical interaction. Most of your interactions are over text or on what you call the social media. And many things can get misconstrued. You can't feel the context of how someone is speaking. So we ask at this time that more of you try to spend more time with clear communication. Speak in person, and if not, send an actual voice note or a phone call instead of a text or a message in an app. So many times you mean something one way and it gets viewed as another, and it causes so much confusion and unnecessary drama. We know that many of you, being empaths, shy away from a lot of communication like that because you do absorb others' energy. It is important to set the boundaries and to put up protection before you speak these things, or any really, not just things you may wish to bring about, but when you have any contact with people and, any people, bring in the protection. This one did a video yesterday about the importance of starting a habit, a ritual, morning ritual, routine, whichever you want to call it, of clearing your energy and then placing protection around you before you start your day. And that will help keep the low vibrations, the negative vibes at a minimum. And on the other spectrum, there are also people who are wanting to hear what you have to say. They may not always speak it in a way that you understand, so look for visual clues as well, not just vocal. It is still, even though more people are coming into their spirituality, there are those who are fearful of what others may think. So if you are feeling called to at this time, make those videos, make those posts, and share what you know with others. Communicate how you do things. You do not have to be an expert. No one is truly an expert on this earth. Many may claim to be, but few truly are. Share what you know. That is all we ask. And that is all others need. You can be honest. and just say, hey, this is what I know. I'm not saying this is 100% correct, but this is how I know it and how I do it. And you will be surprised at the ones who will flock to you, if you will. And it may not be hundreds, it could just be a couple. But every light you inspire is still another light in this world that will move on and inspire others. And I will bring forth some light language, as you call it, to help with clear communication in all forms. It will release the blocks that are keeping you from speaking your truth, from maybe being scared to do these videos. You may not feel comfortable. We will release those as well. I just ask that you allow it. Anasake ata natatuku ani atake asi ani ataku ana ma natake asi ananatake ami atake u natake asi ananatake ami ananatake anataku asi ananatake ananatake ami atake asi anataku ananatake natake asi ani ataku anananatake papataya. Si ananatake ami ani ananataku. Asi ananatake agi ati asi ata. Ashi ananataku ate atatake. Ooh, that, that felt really cool. I had to pause a little bit there. That was a big yawn and release. I didn't want that on camera, but yeah, that's so true, especially about the text and messages. So I've had people get mad at me because I will text something and they read it in a totally different tone than was intended. So, but yeah, I think she was talking to me because I hate talking on the phone, but I am good at doing videos, and I love how she spoke about teach what people what you know. You don't have to be. I've gotten that a lot. You don't have to be an expert. Shauna and I are not experts by any means. Well, she is in some things, but yeah, it just get out there and let others know what you know, and that's how you grow and help others grow as well. Excuse me, there's still some clearing going on. Whew. And card 3 is number 22, Hestia. Hestia? Like, I'm sorry, I suck at names. Home. So let's see what she has for us right now. Hello. Home is not just where you live, the building. It is also the skin that you inhabit. And we want you to love this home that you are in. It doesn't matter the shape, the size, the color. You are all beautiful and you all come from the same place. You are all the same within. I will bring forth later a little healing to help you with loving who you truly are. And I also do wish to speak about the home you do live in and the importance of getting rid of the things that no longer serve you in your home. Many people hang on to certain items that bring in the lower vibrations and honestly make you feel less about yourself. If you are putting off cleaning your closet, getting rid of, say, clothes that do not fit anymore, Every time you see these clothes that you can't fit in, they may bring a little bit of shame. And that is why it is important to get rid, donate, if you will. We know some of you have this thought like this one of, one day I may fit back into them, so I don't want to spend more money. But it is more important that you feel good about yourself in the now. And it puts you in a loop of self doubt and self criticism when you see the items that are too small. So we ask that you do take the time to declutter. And we're not just speaking of clothes, it could be items that have belonged to ones who are now passed over. They have transitioned to the other side, and you are clinging to these items. A few are good, some of them belong to people who have caused you harm in one way or another. This is your permission that it is okay to get rid of them. You do not hang on to things that bring you pain. And that goes for ex-partners as well. If they have given you gifts, and if you see something in your home that does not bring you joy, it does not uplift your spirit, this is your permission that it is okay to give it to someone else, to donate it, whatever you feel the need, even throw it away. We want you to feel safe and happy in your own home. And you cannot do that if you constantly see things, or even one thing that when you look at it, you have a pit in your stomach. It instantly makes you sad or angry or depressed. Do not keep these things. Once you get rid of them, you will see how much you are happier. You improve, you feel lighter because you are bringing in more light, because the lower frequencies are gone. Now, we're not saying as soon as you watch this video, you must go and clean everything out. No, do it at a pace that is comfortable for you. And I can come in and help you with deciding which things, because you may not even realize it. You may be tied to so many things, and not so many, but to something. And your initial thought is, oh, I love this. But deep down, there are some memories that are causing some lower emotions. Just call me in whenever you start and trust what you get. And I will bring through an uplifting attunement, if you will, to being happy in your home, not just your building, but your body as well. Shiani ana tatakuana tatakea siamana tatakea siana tatakua de asiana nananake asiana taku natse asiana natake amiana nataku natake asiana natake natake asiana nataku ananaya tatake asiamana take anatake natake asiana nananaku natate asiana nataku anatake amiatake asiana natake asiana natake amananataki Usi ananataki, amiataki, nataki, asi, ataki, ama. Thank you for allowing me to come forth today. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Oh, major clearing. Yeah, I love that so much. Not just for loving our body home that we are in, but for clearing things out. I can relate. So, and I kind of feel like that was for me as well, because, I have lost a lot of people over the past 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. And I have a bunch of items that, even though they're not sitting out, they're just in the closet. There's a part of me that doesn't want to get rid of them. But I love how she was like, this is your permission. Because a lot of times we feel bad because, this was a person we loved. We don't want to get rid of these items, but sometimes it's necessary to move on. And I have done that with some of my things, but there are some others that I think, because I was seeing some visuals as she was talking, and I'm like, yeah, I need to get rid of those things. So, you know, and another thing they told me is when you do get rid of something, if you're not able to do a clearing, call in your spirit guides, the angels, whoever you work with, ask them to come in and clear the space of the energy from that item once it's out of the house. And they will come in and do it. And you should feel a lift in the energy. But these were some amazing messages. I love this. I can't believe the video is going like 22 minutes. That's crazy. But thank you all for watching, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe to see our other videos that we will be posting. This will be a weekly thing. So thank you for watching, and I will see y'all next time.